Hi everybody, I'm a big fan of the film Pulp Fiction, so in true Quentin Tarantino style, this last part is going to be number 2. I'm sure you'll understand what I mean by that. Many people have expressed an interest already in how to obtain one of these specially designed Erekose T-shirts, and I must say that, you know, Erekose was saying that he's been busy. It has been a bit of an epic journey for me to finally get these done. As I say, I won't bore you with all the details, but it has been you'd only have to ask Carla about what it's been like trying to get them done. But as there are 3 that are available, we decided that the best thing to do, we as in me, Mark Hodinett, who actually sort of phrased the question, we both had the idea about making it something to do with the control question, because we know how much Erekose likes the control question. And of course, wasn't it interesting that in the States response there's no mention of it whatsoever. I think even they've realised what a faux pas that was to even include it in the first place. So we, as I say, myself, Mark, Erekose and Carla, we're going to offer the shirts for £1, a £1 contribution to be sent to Carla's PayPal account. £1 is currently $1.30. So for $1.30 you'll get an entry into a prize draw, which will be in approximately 3 to 4 weeks time. We've got something very special planned for that. I know that likes of Mark and Erekose are particularly looking forward to doing a draw, which I think everybody will appreciate, will be of special significance. So as I say, the current exchange rate is $1.30. So if you think one of these unique one-off T-shirts is worth $1.30, you send $1.30 to Carla Chase's PayPal account. If you have Carla's email address, that will then confirm that you're sending the money to the right person. We might put Carla's email address in the on the Facebook post in the family support group. You have to be a member of the family support group to qualify for a T-shirt. If not, then simply send a private message to Carla asking for her email address, so that you can then confirm that you've got the right PayPal account. Okay, now of course you could decide that a T-shirt like this is worth more than £1. It might be worth £2. So there is nothing to stop you from entering twice, and you will get 2 tickets. As I say, we're using the word contribution because there's certain legal aspects when it comes to sort of setting up a competition, as it were. So for a $1.30 contribution, so I know it to be $1.30 because I sent painful for a Scotsman, but I sent £1 to Carla yesterday just to make sure it works. And say, for me to do that, normally if I drop 20 pence, it would normally hit me on the back of the head. Anyway, that's a wee Scottish joke there for you there. As I say, why not send £2 and then enter twice? And then, as I say, we'll get the draw. We'll have the draw in, I think it's somewhere between 3 and 4 weeks time, somewhere special, and something special planned for that. And then the draw will take place, and I will then send out. We'll do it in order. Whoever's name is picked first, you'll get the first choice of size and colour. Then then second, and then third. I do need to send, obviously, two of these off, one for Mark and Erekose, and I'm just going to keep one for myself for purposes. I actually, believe it or not, I asked if it was possible to send one of them to Brendan, but apparently he's not allowed anything other than the regulation clothes that have to be approved by the prison in which he's still sadly incarcerated. But let's hope that that ridiculous response by the state, I mean, it reminded me, to be honest, of when I was at school, and yes, I did used to get into trouble. I did used to get, as we got back then, the sort of milder punishments were well, yeah, there were some harsh ones, but yeah, the milder ones were like lines and essays. And I remember having to do a 4-page essay and repeating as much of what I'd written the first time in the second page, and again the third page, and again the fourth page, and trying to find how can I present the same information as many times to sort of beef it out. And that exactly what the what the state response reminded me of. And I'm pretty sure that Stephen Drizzen and Laura Nyrider are in fits of laughter at the state's response. It is so naive of them, isn't it? You know, to still try and perpetuate this idea that you know, everything that Ken Kratz said in his press conference is still true. Quite misguided, really. I suppose, you know, what could they do differently? Well, you know, they could just have given up a long time ago and realised how naive, as I say. You could probably use stronger words than naive. I'll stick to naive. I think it's just naive of them. I think there's an element of some people would say cruelty. I think they realise as well that once Brendan is released and that confession thrown out, I think it changes the situation quite a bit. Anyway, as I say, send your £1 if you're in the UK, or if you're in America, send a $1.30. If you're anywhere else, you might need to check on the exchange rate. I don't know if PayPal will do that automatically for you. I'm not as savvy when it comes to the old internet as the likes of Carlo and Erekose, but I'm sure that you'll get your name. You need to send your name, obviously your address, very important, your address, because then I can use that to send to the successful ones, and also so that we can identify everybody that's entered. The money will then, having been all sent to Carla, will then be distributed basically at Carla's discretion. I'm quite happy for her to do that, at her discretion, to Brendan, Stephen and the Avery Salvage Yard. It's just our little way of trying to do something that was it has been a bit of fun, and you might think, well, you know, we're dealing with a very serious issue here, you know, should we be having fun with it? Well, I think Brendan and Steve would appreciate what we're trying to do, and certainly yes, it's been great fun keeping Erekose guessing. I would like to point out though that he did send a very, very nice message to say that he was concerned that the t-shirt would have some mention of Captain Crunch, but he was hoping that it was going to be something that was relevant and appropriate and good. His words were brilliant, and he said that we'd nailed it. So very good praise there from Erekose. Anyway, I've kept you long enough, and we'll catch you sometime soon. Bye for now.